We have been hearing a big data in the previous parts of this section. So what is big data? As a part of this, we'll try to understand what is big data. How do we define the big data? Someone asks you, what is big data? How do we really respond to that? Let us try to understand those aspects. So now what is big data? Big data is a huge amount of data that cannot be stored and processed in traditional database management systems. When I say that traditional database management systems, that can be relational database engines like Oracle, PostgreSQL, MySQL. So we have a lot of data in terms of size, in terms of volume, in terms of amount of data. It can be structured, it can be unstructured, it can be semi-structured. That data cannot be stored and processed in traditional database engines. That is called as a big data. So that is how we define the big data. But if somebody asks you what is big data, we cannot really leave up to this, wherein that huge amount of data which cannot be stored and processed in traditional database management systems, we have to extend it further. We have to say that big data is also characterized by four important V's: volume, velocity, variety, and veracity. Along with that, we can say valence and also value as well. Let us look at them one by one. What is volume? Can you just think of what is volume? Volume is size. Volume is size of the data, right? When I say size of the data, how did it come? We have already discussed about how the data is being produced by different sources. But just to get a hang of it, how so much of data is being produced. If you look at the internet, we conduct more than half of our web searches from a mobile phone now. In a way, that has increased the traffic in the internet. And almost nearly 4 billion humans are using the internet now. On an average, Google is processing almost 40,000 searches every second. Imagine that. Nearly 3.5 billion searches per day. Isn't it humongous? Isn't it huge? It is. If you look at the social media, Snapchat users share around 5,27,000 photos per minute, and almost around 120 professionals join LinkedIn per minute. Nearly 41 lakh people watch the YouTube videos. And we too have a communication angle wherein that every minute around 16 million text messages are sent. Almost 156 million emails are sent. The point I am trying to make here is we do have a volume. The size of the data is increasing day by day with the contribution from all these things like internet, social media, communication, and also the sources what we discussed like machines, organization, and also people. Now that we got a hang of volume, how do we really measure the data? Isn't it in a bit? What is a bit then? Bit is the smallest unit of data in a computer. It is a short form of binary digit. So either it will have a 0 or 1 binary value. Let us try to understand how do we really measure the data. Some of it already you know, but I want to take you to the next level. That is the reason I'm starting from a very basic. So if I ask you a question, how much is 1 byte? It is 8 bits. Very easy question, right? How much is a 1 kilobyte? It is 1024 bytes. How much is the 1 megabyte? It is 1024 kilobytes. After that, how much is the 1 gigabyte? It is 1024 megabytes. We know we are in an era of terabytes now. How much is the 1 terabyte? That is 1024 gigabytes. Can you just think of what comes after terabyte? It is petabyte. 1 petabyte is equal to 1024 terabytes. Can you pause a video and see what comes after petabyte? It is 1 exabyte. 1 exabyte is equal to 1024 petabytes. On top of that, we have zettabyte. On top of that, we have yottabyte. 1 yottabyte is equivalent to 1024 zettabytes. Any idea why do we need to know all these things, petabyte, exabyte, zettabyte, and yottabyte? Imagine we're there as a part of a project. In a project, one of the team member asks you, hey, can you process the data of 1 zettabyte in another 1 hour? Then if you say yes, what it means is you are planning to process 1 zettabyte of data in 1 hour. It is unlikely until unless you have a super computer. So you need to have an idea about what is the size of the data, how the data is measured. That is the reason we have included this as a part of the volume. Now that we understood the volume, let us move on and understand how the data is increased over a period of time. If you look at 2009, almost there was a data of zero point 0.8 zettabytes then. Now, if you see in 2020, we have almost 36 zettabytes of data. It has grown by a factor of 44. That is how the data growth has been. That is the reason we are in an era of big data. Now that we understood what is the volume in case of the characteristics of the big data, we'll understand what is velocity. Any idea what is velocity in terms of the data? Velocity is the speed. Velocity is the speed at which the data is being created. Velocity is the pace at which the data is being stored. Pace at which the data is being analyzed. So pay attention here. It is not only about the creation of the data. We need to be worried about the storage of the data, analysis of the data. Let us say the data is created, we dump the data in particular place. If we cannot really retrieve the data in a faster pace, then also it doesn't make sense. We need to be worried about the pace at which the data is being created, stored, as well as analyzed. So in the era of the big data, the velocity at which the data is being produced is at a faster pace. That is velocity of the data. Now let us understand the variety of the data. Any idea what is variety? Variety is nothing but a complexity of the data. We have three categories in terms of variety. One is structured, second one is semi-structured, the third one is unstructured. Do you know what is structured data? Structured data is nothing but what are the data you are seeing in a spreadsheet or the tables in RDBMS databases. Isn't it structured there because you have a rows, we have a column. That is the reason it is called as the structured data. Semi-structured data means the data which is there in XML files. The data which is there in JSON files. The semi-structured data is neither structured nor unstructured. It is in between structured and unstructured. So if we really open and look at the XML files or JSON files, we'll get to know we'll have a tags, we'll have data stored in a semi-structured format. What is unstructured then? Unstructured data is like text data, emails, we have status updates, we have tweets. That is the unstructured data. Now that we understood what are the different varieties of the data, we'll move on and look at veracity. What is veracity? Veracity is the validity or volatility of the data. What is the quality of the data? When we say quality of the data, a particular data can be of a good quality in particular context, but the same thing may not happen in another context. We always look at the quality in the context of analysis. So whether the data is accurate or not, whether the data is reliable or not, that is signified by veracity of the data. Remember, it is always within that context. That is how we look at the quality of the data. Now that we understood what is veracity, let us move on and understand the valence. If you go back to your chemistry classes during your high school days or college days, we used to say valence of electrons, right? If you remember. In a way, we have derived that particular term here also. Valence is nothing but connectedness of the data. How well the data is connected to each other in terms of the analysis. That is what is valence of the data. In the end, we look at what is value of the data. Value of the data is derived by all these V's like volume, velocity, valence, veracity, variety. Value is the core. Value is in the central part of all the V's. So if we are not able to derive the value from a particular data, then it doesn't make sense. 6 V's in big data. What we discussed is what is big data and what are the different V's in big data. That is starting from volume, velocity, variety, veracity, and valence. In the end, value as well. Thank you.